Greetings, everyone. This is Mr. Allen. I have a wonderful opportunity to speak to you all about African American experiences, especially as it relates to one of my favorite shows, which will always be uh, A Different World. All right. And within this experience of A Different World, what I intend to do is speak to you all about how this show accomplishes the idea of sort of reclaiming joy. So I will say that part of this discussion is based on information that I've reviewed, information that I've researched. One being the article that we read in class a few days ago, and the other one being this particular article by Brittany Braithwaite, which is essentially about 3 years old in a few months. But it talks about how A Different World was woke, right? And when you think about the show's dynamic, here, college age students on their way to, making a way for themselves in the world and dealing with all sorts of issues that are particular for the Black community, right? Now, it says essentially in this article that the show has been cited as a large motivation for many in the 80s and 90s who wanted to attend college, mainly historical Black colleges and universities. It also played a major role in bringing difficult and contemporary topics for the fore, placing real historical, social, political, and economical issues within the context of young Black people's lives, especially Black women, connecting to their gender, bodies, sexuality, and community. And so I think when we consider the whole legacy of this show, we consider the fact that at the time it was very much different, right? A different world. It was something that was not seen on television, a show that dealt with HIV/AIDS as a reality, a show that dealt with sexual violence as a reality, a show that dealt with safe sex, stereotypes about Black women, right? The mammy figure was very essential. Even the direct attack to misogyny and toxic masculinity. And so when these things happen, it's hard to say, oh, that's a comedy because there was so much drama sort of infused within that. But we know from information that we've read, especially from the Vanity Fair article written by Julian Mitchell, one of the things that he highlights is um, that African Americans have often felt the pressure to sort of suppress our emotions, right? Um, and as a defense mechanism, everything is so serious. And so it allows us to absorb pain, but it can numb our ability to really express full emotions. So I think what the show allows us to do is think about these serious topics, but also have an opportunity to laugh, also have an opportunity to scream in celebration of these students who are graduating college, who are literally rebuilding their own communities from the results of structural racism. They're taking those building blocks, much like W.E.B. Du Bois, as well as Thurgood Marshall, wanting to support the Black community, albeit they came from two different angles. So that was essentially about 5 minutes of conversation just from Mr. Allen, but I wanted to give you all a heads up as to what I was looking for your group dynamics today. So thank you all.